Hello guys, welcome back again to the channel. My name is Mameya. If you are new here, thank you so much for subscribing. If you are old here, thank you so much for staying. Today, I'm going to talk about the things you should do immediately you get to the UK. Alright, so let's get into the video. So in no particular order, the first thing I'm going to talk about is getting your SIM card. Getting a SIM card at the airport is very expensive. It is very expensive. So don't wait to get to the airport before you buy a SIM card. Don't go and buy a SIM card at the airport. It's expensive. Now I can talk about Ghana. In Ghana, when you're going for your biometrics, they give you a SIM card at the center. Okay, so keep it. Mine, when they gave it to me, I didn't take it serious. I took it, I threw it somewhere. Now my visa was out. I got to the airport and I didn't have any SIM card to call my people with that. Oh, my drew. I didn't have any SIM card to make a call. So I had to talk to somebody to help me make a call and then call my people. Do you understand? So you can actually even order SIM cards back home if your country doesn't give you SIM cards at the biometric center. So I can only talk for Ghana. Ghana, they do give SIM cards, but for other countries, I don't know. Okay, so you can actually get SIM cards in your home country or even order before you get in here. Don't buy any SIM cards at the airport. They are very expensive there. Okay, not just SIM cards, things that they sell at the airports in Nagasana is very expensive. So don't go and buy any SIM card at the airport. Get them. You can order or you can get them at your various biometric centers. Okay, keep them. Don't throw them away like I did. It will come in handy. Okay, and then the next thing that you also have to do is to get an accommodation. I know some people will say that, oh, get your accommodation sorted back home before you get in here. But to me, I prefer you talk to your friends or family members to let you squat around for, like, let's say a month. Okay, so when you come in here, you take your time and then look for the accommodation yourself. Okay, because sometimes when you're back home and then you see this accommodation and then you do this online viewings and stuff like that. You might like them, but then you get in here and then you go for physical viewing and then you're like, that's not what you saw online. Do you understand? So it is better you come in here because you know some houses here are very cold, others are not. So it will be better you get in here and then go and see them for yourself. Do you understand? Before you make any payment or anything. So you can actually squat with friends or family. If you don't know anybody at all in the UK, you can get an Airbnb. Okay, you can get an Airbnb for, let's say, 2 weeks, and then you take your time and get your accommodation sorted before it to be like what you ordered versus what you got, that kind of thing. You get it. So just take your time with the accommodation. It will be better you get in here. I know others will say do that before you come here and stuff like that, but I'll prefer you squat with a friend or a family member, not for a long time. Let's say 1 month be or let's just 3 weeks. You'll be able to get it sorted. You understand? Now, the next thing you also have to do is to get your BRP the moment you get to the UK. Now, the BRP is the biometric residence permit. It is very important, and you have to get it within 10 days of your stay in UK. Within 10 days of your stay in UK. So the moment you get in here, go and get your BRP at the post office number that you used when you're doing your application. In my situation, for instance, I used a friend's address, but then when I go in here, I didn't go there. So I was able to transfer it from the address that I used initially to where I came. Do you understand? So you can also do that in case your plans change or something like that. You can always transfer your address to wherever you're going to stay. Do you get it? So it is very important to get your BRP the moment you get to the UK within 10 working days. Now, the next thing is also opening a bank account. It is very difficult opening a bank account in the UK. I don't know why. Sometimes you are new here, you want to open a bank account and they are telling you that they want 3 years proof of address. I'm new. So how do you expect me to get 3 years proof of address? So it would be better to go with the online bankings. Okay, there are some banks that don't have like the physical building. They are just online. So it is easier for you to open accounts with them. Then maybe later when you're well settled, you can go for the physical banks. Okay, their requirements are not that like very huge like the other ones. The same thing happened to me. I tried opening one account and they were asking me for 3 years proof of address. How do I get that proof of address for 3 years? Because I'm new. Do you get it? So you can decide to go with the online banking first. Then later, when you're well settled, you go with the physical ones. Now, the next thing you should also do the moment you get here is to get an Oyster card. I know some people that normally don't want to use their bank cards for transport. So when you have the Oyster card, you can just go to a store to get an Oyster card. Okay, you recharge it, you buy, like, you pay at, let's say, £10 upwards. You get it on your Oyster card, and you can use that one for your transportation. So wherever you are going, you just use that particular card. Even as at today, I'm 1 year in the UK and I'm still using my Oyster card. I do not want to mix it. So I have my debit card there and I have my Oyster card too. I wouldn't want to use my debit card for transport. So I'm still using my Oyster card. So when you get in here, you can do the same thing. You keep your debit card there, then you just use the Oyster card for your transport rounds. You understand? And don't wait for it to get finished. Okay, you can just do your calculations. You buy, let's say, £50, and you know that maybe within 1 month you have to go back a day again and then top up. Okay, so with the bank account I mentioned initially, can also serve as a proof of address. So in UK, when you apply for a job and then you get it, they later come back to ask you for certain documents, and then they normally ask for proof of address. So if you have a bank account, you can use that one as a proof of address. Okay, and then also the next thing that you also have to do immediately you get to the UK is to apply for your provisional driving license. It can also serve as a proof of address. Aside that, you can use that provisional driving license to drive for 1 year with your international driving license for 1 year before it expires. Okay, and then when it expires, to somebody that has been driving in the UK here for 3 years can be with you whilst you use a provisional driving license to drive until you get your license from the UK. Do you understand? Now, the next thing you also have to do immediately you get to the UK is to register with a GP. Get a GP to register with. That one you can just go online and then type in GPs near me or something like that. It will come up, and then you register with them. And then if you should move from a city to a different city, you can always transfer it to the other city that you've gone to. Okay, okay, and then people that also come from Commonwealth countries can also register with the electoral roll to vote. I know some people don't really take these things serious, but it's very, very important to register with the electoral roll so that you'll be able to vote. Okay, because see, it's actually increases your credit score. I've been in the UK for just a year, and as I filmed this video, my credit score is around 826 just because I took these things serious. Okay, so if you know you're from these Commonwealth countries, register on the electoral roll so that you'll be able to vote. It helps boost your credit score. Now, the next thing that I'd also talk about is to apply for your NI. Okay, so NI is different from the tax that the government deducts. With the NI, it's a contribution that you make towards your pension, towards maternity, and then also for unemployment as well. Okay, so when you get in here, you should also do that immediately. Do you understand? Now, the last thing that I'm going to talk about is to download an app called Moneybox. Now, this money box is a savings account for people that want to get on the property ladder. If you want to get a property in the UK, there's the best app to download it and start saving. Now, in the UK, their tax year is from April to April. And so, if you're able to save £4,000 from, let's say, this coming April to next year, April, the government gives you 25%, and that's £1,000 on every £4,000 you save each tax year. And then it's only for first time buyers. If you know you already have a property in the UK, you are not eligible. So if you're a first time buyer, this account is for you. So if you're coming in the UK here and you have intentions to get a property here, I advise you download the money box and start saving. Okay, thank you so much. Please consider subscribing. Thank you for watching. I'll see you again in another video. Bye.